What's up, Sitters? This is Tyler Roth along with Joey Edge
Sitters, what's good?
and Chris Martinez.
What's happening?
And we are front porch sitting, and I double-checked the audio this time. So
Attaboy.
I know it's working, Chad.
Can't get us twice.
Ah.
What's up, boys? How we doing?
Good. Just throwing this on Facebook right quick.
Put it
Tagged
on
you,
the-
tagged you in it, so it'll go to your people too.
Awesome.
Even though we have the same friend group, but that's okay.
We
It's
do.
okay.
There
We'll do it
might
anyway.
be a new one we can add in here and there.
That's right. That's right.
Show's doing well. Can we talk about that for a minute?
We can absolutely
People
and
love
should
that
talk
the
about
podcast is back.
Yes.
Even though it was a disastrous first week with the podcast, but it's
Hey,
back.
you made it work though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't disastrous. That's not the right word to use, but
My standards.
Zach's already on here with shenanigans muted. No, it's not. I just actually I know for a fact it's not actually. Zach Maxwell.
I don't know if he muted us or
Yeah, that
or
could
maybe
be.
we're muted. I don't
We
know.
have nice faces, Joey. You can just watch the podcast. Fill in the words. It could be your podcast.
Somebody should voice over this right now. That'd be actually pretty funny, I think.
Chad Hunter sent me a video of me, and he made fun of me in the video, but it was funny, so it's cool. Sitters, as everyone's piling in here, if you would, make sure you like it, subscribe it. If you're a podcaster, because the podcast is back,
The podcast is back.
make sure you hop into YouTube. It's important. It's fun. It'll be good.
Yeah, we have a good time on YouTube.
Yeah.
Have a great time on YouTube.
Might be coming to some other places.
I was going to say, Tyler, do you want to tease that a little
Yeah,
bit?
we might be coming to some other places. We might be streaming elsewhere other than just YouTube.
Like,
No, we're not going that far.
we're just teasing a little bit of it.
Just one little bit at a time.
I like it.
Maybe next week we'll have an extra teaser.
You know what makes it possible to do all these extra things?
I know who.
Tell
Joey?
me
JW Weaponry.
who. JW freaking weaponry.
Been there like since the inception of the podcast, pretty much.
Since the inception of Lake City, almost.
Yeah, really, really great gun store. You should go see them now. Tax season is here. Put things on layaway. They still do that. If you get your taxes back,
Dude, that child tax credit hits so hard. Ooh, boy.
man.
Don't have kids till you're ready, but when you do,
Have lots of them. Oh, sorry.
It makes it all worth it. The children when tax season.
the $1,500.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you don't spend that like in
Oh
2
my
months on it.
God. Yeah, for
months.
fact.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Diapers are expensive. Formula's expensive.
All the above.
man.
Daycare, more than my mortgage. Anyways,
You know who also has kids? John Woodley.
John Woodley, go support John Woodley. He's got 3 of them.
He needs the help. He
He's
needs
got
the
one in
support.
college, one in high school, one in
yes, he
middle
does.
Oh
school.
my gosh, you might want to get 1 or 2 guns if he's got that many.
2 guns. You need 2 guns. And they're like currency. It's going to keep, it's better than currency. It'll hold its value.
Dude,
That's right.
I may go see John here soon.
You should.
I'm actually probably going to, I need to go
I haven't
purchase.
bought a new gun in way too long.
I'm probably going to go purchase something
I
soon.
had him quote me it's a Walther PPQ
Mm-hmm.
9mm subcompact. Had him quote it for me years ago. He got back to me super quick. I never pulled the trigger. Then I had kids, and here we are.
Pull
He
the
said never
trigger.
pulled the trigger.
Dad joke. Oh, love it.
Ask me if I did that on purpose.
I know you didn't. I could see it in your face. You didn't get excited.
I did.
Joey.
Yes, sir.
If you wanted to go buy a gun
Yeah.
or ammunition or see John about anything,
Right.
what number would you call?
To first talk to
I was
him.
gonna say, what would
about
you
the
do?
purchase.
Yeah. What number would you call?
What would you do? You would call John first.
To make sure that he's going to be there.
Yeah.
So you can go talk to him about whatever you
line
need.
up the gun that you want.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sight it in. 386 243 8587. I want a graphic up there whenever I say it next week. Can you do that?
Joey said
We'll see
sighted
about it.
in a
I'll
pistol.
pray about it.
That's right. Sighted in that pistol inside the gun store.
It's a new thing.
Yeah. It's okay. One more time on that number there, Joey.
386 243 8587.
Excellent. And now we got a few more people in here. Please, the buttons. Make sure you like it, subscribe. That's the big one. Subscribe.
Man, go tell a friend right now as we speak. Get
That's it.
off. You don't have to get off. Everybody's on a cell phone these days. You don't
Yeah,
have to get off.
slide
You
it
just
up.
Slide it up. Text it to a friend and be like, "Hey, get on Front Porch Sitting."
It's really not hard.
It's really
It's really
not
not
hard.
hard.
Go tell.
That's a
a
good
friend.
idea.
Yeah.
Should do that.
100%. All right. This week, Clayton kind of got us kicked off here. He said, happy 8-year anniversary to the Peyton Manning Super Bowl 50 champion Denver Broncos. I just did that for Clayton.
I know what you did.
Awesome.
I did that for him. This
He
week,
limped his
we've
way
got-
to a Super Bowl with a great defense, but that's okay.
He did.
Yeah, because his best years were spent in Indianapolis.
Everyone knows this is true.
Guy's a cold at heart for sure.
Who wouldn't want to live in Indianapolis over Denver? Anyways,
Are you crazy?
it was
Denver's way better than Indianapolis.
infinitely better. Clayton tried to use that as like a reason why like Peyton loves the Broncos. I'm like, dude, have you ever been to Indianapolis? I was just there. My family's there. I wouldn't go there for anything.
I'd rather stay in Lake City and have them visit me.
1,000%. All right,
really, that's
this
a
week we've got
terrible
the Super
place.
Bowl. Good Lord, we're sorry for any of the Indianapolis people that listen to this podcast. Holy moly!
There's at least 23 of them.
Probably.
Oh my goodness. All right, this week we got the Super Bowl.
Yes.
The 49ers versus the Chiefs. I'm curious.
It's true that is true. Go ahead.
I don't know who I'm going to pick yet. I've debated between going. Everyone knows that I want to pick the 49ers.
Right.
Listeners of this show know. But do I go with the reverse jinx here and pick the Chiefs like Chris Martinez did all year? It worked for him every single week
I did.
with the Seminoles.
I did.
So I'm gonna have to see.
I believed it a lot. I guess I was just wrong a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are you looking forward to in the Super Bowl, Joey?
I'm looking forward to.
Don't say Taylor Swift.
I'm definitely looking forward to Taylor Swift.
Tay-Tay.
I hope she gets plenty of airtime.
She will.
Hey, is there a prop for will Travis Kelce propose if the Chiefs win?
No shot he proposes.
0.
She'll-
But what would the line be?
She will say no.
Could be a little
You
bit.
know her
of
net
value there.
worth?
Hey, the whole who says no? Taylor Swift says no.
Yeah. She's a bajillion to 1 on
You
him.
don't think they're gonna get married?
Man, I don't care. I don't care.
All right,
Look at
that's
this.
enough
This is
Taylor
it.
Swift talk.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
enough
This
Taylor
is
Swift
taking
talk.
over the
this
Super
is
Bowl
why
already.
people. This is why people
Sorry.
hate it, and we just brought it to our podcast. Not we. Not
just Tyler.
wasn't me.
You know what? I'm gonna own that one. That was all me. That was all me.
It's not
100%
even in.
me.
It's not even in the show notes. So definitely freelance a little bit. Sitters, while we're doing this, tell us, please tell us. Yep. Tell us who. Tell us who you have winning the Super Bowl as we get to it. Joey, what is something that you're looking for when the Chiefs have the football?
You're good. I'm just hovering over my water bottle.
Oh, I thought I was tapping this pen too much.
Oh no.
I
You're
tap,
good.
I tap the pin the whole show, so you can't be doing it more
Right.
than I do.
What do you look to see from the Chiefs offense?
Travis Kelce, getting Travis Kelce the ball, finding different ways to do that. I mean, that's going to be the key to the game. I mean, I think Rashee Rice is really, really good, but Travis Kelce getting the football is magic for them. That's what they
See,
do.
I was gonna go the opposite route.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think Rashee Rice needs to have a big game because I think they're gonna do their best to make sure Kelsey doesn't have a big game. So if Kelsey doesn't, someone's gonna have to.
I'm intrigued to see like the linebackers for San Francisco.
Francisco.
They match up with Kelsey
They do.
athletically, especially now that he's kind of lost a step a little bit. And I say that very like loosely, like he's lost a step, but he's still the freak
His steps
of nature.
are still better than everybody
Yeah,
else's.
I mean before he was
In
like
the playoffs, in the regular season, he was dog trash, but
right.
he's been pretty good. In the playoffs.
Warner and Greenlaw are like basically they were like nickelbacks in college, and they grew muscle wise into like NFL linebackers interior.
Right.
So that matchup is intriguing to me, like to
100%
see
yes.
because I think what they'll try and do is I think they'll try to start with them matched up and see how it goes. I don't think they want to have to allocate a safety to try and. That doesn't normally end well either, as Kyle Hamilton, one of the best in the game,
Right.
got torched a lot last week or 2 weeks ago with the Ravens. So I am like that's the matchup I'm most looking for. So Kelsey versus San Fran's linebackers on when the Chiefs have the ball.
Yep.
I think it'll be intriguing to see. And then also, I'm well documented on this. Like the great equalizer here is the front four. Can they impact Mahomes and move him around and make him? He can move around, but like. Can we make him do that? Can we get shots on him? So I'm intrigued to see that from that side of the ball. Their back end isn't bad either.
No, their back end's really good too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the
I
49ers
I
are
think
really
the
complete.
key to them getting after the quarterback is Chase Young because I think they're going to roll everything to Bosa like they should. Armstead's going to get his because he's going to be in the middle.
yep.
Even though he's probably better on the edge, but he's going to be in the middle,
Chase Young needs to have a game
rookie season.
like a breakout.
like we signed you for this game.
Like this is why we traded for you right here.
like let's get it. Let's have it now because
Right.
you've been a little bit lackluster.
Kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, kind of how you were when you were in Washington, if we're being honest.
Yeah. I saw some reports that he might see decreased playing time.
I would totally be okay with that based off his production. But like this is a game where he needs to make the
This is
front
it.
office in San Francisco correct.
Go
Right.
make your money. This
Yeah,
is it.
this is it. This is why we brought you here for this game.
Yeah.
You're opposite of Joey Bosa. You get singled up a lot. Go win, please.
Especially in a game like this.
And the Chiefs' offensive line they're not the best.
They're not the worst either, though. They're
No,
solid,
but on offense, though, running back room is better.
probably. Nah,
I mean,
it's about the same. I would say it's about the same.
okay. Quarterback room for sure.
Yeah.
Tight end for sure.
Yeah.
Receiver. Yeah, maybe make an argument for receiver, but Travis Kelce is used as a receiver, so
Now,
yeah,
yeah.
out of the picture. So I think the O line is the weak link if there is one.
Did you say the running back rooms are roughly the same?
No. For running back room compared to the
On the
O-line.
offense.
Okay.
Like as far
Like
as
just
as
the
far as
Chiefs'
just the Chiefs
offense.
I wanted to clarify.
Okay.
Yes, thank you
Joey
for doing
doesn't
that.
think Isaiah Pacheco is better than Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
Or equivalent.
I mean, he runs.
Oh,
he
stop
runs
it!
harder.
Stop it! Stop
Don't
it!
do
Stop
it.
it! It's too early. It's too early. It's too early. It's too early.
Christian McCaffrey's the best back in the league. No,
Yeah.
There's nobody competing with that guy.
There's not.
That's it. I mean, that's kind of like what I look to see on when the Chiefs have the football.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the other side now?
Yep.
Let's might as well.
When the 49ers have it?
Personally, I think this is a game of the tight ends, right? I think if Kelsey gets locked down, Rashee Rice has to do a lot of things. If not, I think Kelsey could have a big game if they don't focus so much on him. And then on the other side of the ball, same situation with the tight ends. I think this is a big game for George Kittle. I think there's going to be a lot of attention on Ayuk, on Debo, on McCaffrey, and it leaves a it's insane the weapons they have.
So as you're saying that, I'm like, yeah, I mean, you can put a lot of attention there, but you can't put all the attention on anyone. They are so dynamic.
Yeah.
You can't. But I don't know. I think George Kittle has one of those fly under the radar type of games and pops off.
I could see that. I don't know what the key is other than making them work to get down the field. Like they can't give up chunk plays. If that make you know what I mean? Like I don't think Kansas City can give up chunk
Chiefs,
plays.
yeah.
I don't think they can give up chunk plays because if you make them work it down the field, Brock Purdy he can be a little bit turnover prone.
Yeah.
He's gotten lucky a couple times in the playoffs where he's thrown the ball right to people.
He has. He's
And
really
they
really
dropped
good.
it.
I think he's much more than a game manager.
I agree.
do too.
I
Wholeheartedly.
don't think that he's a game manager. The guy has been a winner everywhere he's ever been. He has won football games everywhere. He's not a game manager at this point. You can't call him that. But he does have that little bit of almost like a gunslinger mentality where he's going to make a throw at some point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think if I'm the Chiefs, I think I try to get after the quarterback really early. He's already going to be somewhat uncomfortable playing in a Super Bowl. I think I try to make his life as miserable as possible.
yeah.
And hopefully force a turnover, even if I give up a chunk play. If I give up a chunk play, but I put pressure on the quarterback, gives me a chance for a turnover, I'm doing that.
Yeah. So chat comments, we're going to get to them. Do you want to get to the comments now? Because there were some like decent ones in there when we were first talking about.
Yeah.
And then I want to give my also opinion on that offense.
Yeah. Cam said Chiefs can't bet against Patrick.
Yep.
There has been a country halftime show since 2003 from Waylon.
I agree, and that's disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't think it's the market for that, but it's okay.
Yeah, probably not.
But it's not the market either.
I would like it.
There's like such mainstream country guys that can make it happen.
Especially
that's
now.
true.
Especially
Mainstream.
over the last
Combs,
4 to 5 years.
If Luke Combs is doing the halftime show this year,
Yeah.
it would be massive.
Yeah, I think it happens sooner rather than later.
My dad said 49ers with the game manager Purdy. He's disrespected. He's obviously sarcasm there. Austin Lawrence Pacheco might have a huge game. I could see that if they focus too much on Kelsey's with the linebackers. Clayton with the gambling advice there, over 47.5 with Christian McCaffrey, and pair that with Kelsey 2+ touchdowns is 20-1 odds.
So is that CMC and Kelsey have to score 2 touchdowns or
I
more?
think it's over 47 with
Yeah,
CMC,
it's a
and
double.
then also in addition to that, or they both have to have.
I think they both like
So four things have to
between
happen?
between the two of them they have to have 2 touchdowns and over 47.5. Is that right?
point total.
Yeah,
Okay,
That's not how I read it, but
why would point total be in there with CMC?
because that's the way they do like
Oh, okay.
different props, combo props or whatever.
Clarify that for us.
yeah, I read that as Christian McCaffrey over 47.5 yards to each and the over.
Okay,
Oof,
2 each.
I see.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
doable. It's doable, and 20-1's not the worst.
49ers versus Chiefs and the officials. Yeah, the Chiefs do have the whistle.
To 100%.
All right, I'm gonna get to it now. So I think when San Francisco has the ball, good luck.
That's truly
And it's for a reason that no one's mentioned yet. Shanahan. He is so good at putting those guys in good situations.
And he's been there before, had a big lead, and lost a big lead. He won't do it again if they do get a lead.
I agree. And so, and then the extra week for Deebo Samuel, I think, will be huge. Like I think there's less likely now that he gets dinged early and misses the game. It's also the Super Bowl. Probably gonna go get a shot at Tortorella and play through that bad boy. Yeah, like we're gonna take the offseason off in Cancun with my shoulder in a sling. We're finishing this football game.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. So, but I do think I think that helps. Chris McCaffrey an extra week because he was dealing with a little bit of an ankle and a thigh, and he's 20 games in. Man, these guys are all warriors at this point.
Right.
But I'm with you. Kittle is huge. Don't sleep on Juszczyk either. Juszczyk is a very valuable piece to that offense as well.
Look at that.
He really is.
They use him. Yeah. They use him a lot. They reward him too when he blocks.
They use him in key situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is probably, and you just talked about it, I can't think of a Super Bowl that's had like a better head coach matchup in a long time.
Maybe ever.
I mean, these are...
Maybe not ever.
I won't go ever.
That's probably strong.
We're missing somebody, but yeah.
But as of now, I mean, who's a better head coach than either one of those two at this moment in the NFL?
You'd be hard pressed to find one.
Yeah.
I can't. Off the top of my head.
Who's your one?
I mean, it has to be Andy Reid.
Andy Reid, yeah.
It's Andy Reid. Yeah.
For the time being.
That mustache, though.
But Shanahan is like a very, very good play caller, as is Andy Reid. I mean,
right? Yeah, I mean, everybody.
Andy Reid has Patrick Mahomes too, though. So,
yeah, you know what's funny? It's crazy that we're even having this discussion because we talk about San Francisco's defense and how freaking good it is. You know, at every level, they're really good. And then you turn around and look at their offense, and they got a good quarterback, the best running back in the league, one of the best route runners in the league in IU, an overall playmaking fiend in Deebo.
Yep.
George Kittle is one of the most dynamic tight ends maybe ever in the whole league.
Freaking blocks his butt off.
Right. I mean, he does it all. Juszczyk, who I mean, he does the dirty stuff.
He's like the unsung hero, yeah.
He made one of the best catches of the whole season.
On the sideline where he toe tapped. Yeah, no doubt. Nobody talks about that.
Yeah, for a fullback at that size to be able to control his body like that. Athlete. And then you look at the Chiefs. All we talk about is Patrick Mahomes.
It's Patrick
and
Mahomes.
Kelsey.
And Kelsey. But the fact that they're even like
it's unbelievable.
It's a testament to that guy, man. I'm telling you, Patrick Mahomes, and I've said it for several weeks now, he's the best I've ever seen do it.
He's really good.
I can't even say anything back at this point.
Nope, it's okay.
Let me say, I don't think he's the greatest of all time. Talent-wise, he's the best I've ever seen do it. He's got to sustain this for a little bit longer. Tom Brady sustained it for so long at an elite level. He didn't have the arm strength. He had the brains. He could do anything he wanted to on the field as far as making football plays. He doesn't have the same arm talent that Patrick Mahomes has. Nobody does.
Or body. Just being able to move around.
Right, yeah.
He extends plays.
But Brady's the greatest of all time as of right now.
Puts so much stress on the defense.
Yeah.
All right, before we make our picks, we're also going to talk about like college football, National Signing Day. We have a lot of good stuff coming up, like a lot of good stuff. There's a couple questions. A sitter, Kenny Bryant, sent us best high school player we've ever seen. That will be fun. We have a lot of good stuff coming up in addition to the pro stuff. So stay around, stay tuned. He's a sneaky athlete, sneaky athletic. Anyways, tell a friend. So tell him hey, hop in. It's a good time. Austin Lawrence is in the chat. We're having fun. Joey, do you want to pick? Who you? What's wrong with it?
I don't know. You just singled out Austin. I love Austin.
Well, but his is the top comment I can see right now is Austin Lawrence.
It is. It was the most visible. I agree.
Yeah. I read it earlier. I just didn't give him the credit. Do you want to? The line is what, 1.5?
I thought it was a little bit more than that. I think it's 2.
Is it 2?
It's 2.
That is insane to me that it's only 2.
Really?
It's insane.
You think the Chiefs should be getting more?
Yes.
No.
It is 2. It is definitely 2.
Okay. Are you guys taking the points? Or are you going?
This is, quickly, the 2 is because it's Brock Purdy versus Patrick Mahomes. That's the only reason.
You're saying if there's a different quarterback in San Francisco, the number would be bigger?
Brock Purdy, I just don't know that he's been in this moment. That has a lot to do with getting comfortable early is going to be the key for him.
Yeah.
And
so if you think it takes him 2-3 drives to get really comfortable
That's
and in your flow, that's a lot of points
But-
you're missing out on.
On the flip side of that, Kyle Shanahan's going to get him comfortable.
I was thinking that too.
Like, he's so good, and you don't have to do
Yeah, but
much.
You can only
You got
do
McCaffrey.
so much.
Yeah, you don't have to do much to get him comfortable. You have Christian McCaffrey that can make any linebacker in the league miss. Like that's happening. And then if he's not running the ball, he can make any linebacker in the league look stupid and then catch the ball out of the backfield. And now he's got 35 yards. So now you're 1 for 1 for 35 yards, and all you did was this.
Yeah, or you
So-
take the stress off and you run Debo some, or let Kittle block the freak out of somebody and use check, kick somebody out, and then now Debo's cutting it up. Like,
I
They-
more just
I
mean,
agree
like,
with your-
general nerves. We literally saw
Oh, I know, yeah.
homeboy crying on the sideline last year during the national anthem. Like the Super Bowl makes people do weird things.
it's a big game. It's the
Dude,
pinnacle. It's
that was
the
the greatest Super Bowl meme I've ever seen. Just tears rolling down his eyes.
And a year later, he was on the hot seat.
Dude, it's crazy.
and not fair.
It's
What a
not.
time. What a time. All right.
All right, yeah.
All right. Do you want to do the spread first, or do you want to do just money straight up pick it?
I think we should straight up pick it.
Yeah, I think
And if
2
you have a
points to
different,
straight up pick it, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have a
straight up
different.
I'll go
We'll do-
first.
we'll do
Niners.
what You're on Niners.
Yeah, I'm on the 49ers.
This side strong.
Yes, sir. They got a chance.
Niners.
Niners scores.
What? You too?
No. I need to know y'all the scores.
Oh, no, I'm not giving a score till you tell me who you're picking. Dad with the stat bomb right there. How about that, buddy?
Yo, I want to talk about Aaron Rodgers soon
What's
too.
the point? Well, all right,
Yeah.
we can spend a brief moment on Aaron Rodgers.
Everyone knows you're picking the Chiefs. I don't know why he's.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
either.
no,
Like,
no,
you're not-
I'm-
this is fake suspense right now.
Yeah,
No,
this is
it's definitely the Chiefs.
this is
Chiefs,
Okay.
showbiz.
Chiefs 31-21.
31-21.
31-21.
10? Damn it, man. So you're going to be heavy on them then. Alternate line touchdown as well. You're getting 2 points.
Why would
Surely
you
you would never, but allegedly, if you're picking it that way, you would.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that.
I'm going to go. I'm going to say like 27-24.
Oh my gosh.
Niners.
We're so close. I was thinking 27-21 Niners.
Okay. Yeah, 27-21. I think nerves is a little bit. It may get into 30s. I think nerves play a little bit of a factor here as far as the offense is concerned. Defense is
gosh.
typically a little bit further along.
I would pay money for that to happen, Clayton.
41-35. Mahomes throws a pick in the. Oh wow. All right.
I'm here for it. All right, you want to do the total? We kind of just did with our scores, I suppose. So Joey's on the over, 27-21. I'm like right at the number, I guess.
What's the number?
47.5.
Yeah,
I knew that. He said that earlier.
So
Yeah.
I'm on the over, but by a half a point. I don't love that. I
No.
don't realize that.
I'm on the over by more.
Yeah, by
By 3.5.
Three and a
Yeah, I
half.
mean that's not.
No, about right. I didn't know that was the number, but I should have. So I guess
Yeah.
we're close on our picks then.
Clayton said
What's
it earlier.
the
so-
what's the rule for the national anthem? It's always over, isn't it?
Oh no,
No,
I
not
was
always.
under last time because I took the over.
Who's singing it this year? Do we know?
We'll do research and we're going to tweet out what to place a wager on.
Yeah, we'll do some props. We'll do some props on Twitter.
Yeah, we'll do some
Over
props
the
on
next
Twitter.
couple
Yeah,
Yes.
FPS Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Follow FPS Twitter or X.
At Front Sitting Pod.
At Front Sitting Pod on
Everywhere.
X.
On all socials.
All socials, correct.
We will post it on all socials as well.
That's right.
Cool.
All the
right.
props.
What else we got to do? Is that it for Super Bowl? We good on that?
Yeah, Mahomes' legacy.
Yeah.
What do you like? Regardless, win or lose, does it change his legacy at this point?
No, because for me, because of his
I mean-
age, this isn't the last time he gets here.
Yeah,
If he wins, I think it's
it catapults, right?
and not it's not just like a normal Super Bowl win to me.
How many
because,
does
like,
he
the
have?
team wasn't that good all regular season, and then they get to the postseason and they pretty much dominate.
Yeah,
So like to me, I mean, it's like it's Brady won.
yeah, it's
But
definitely
it's-
Brady won.
It's like for me, it's like Mahomes 1D.
Well, who's B and C?
I just want to make it
Mahomes.
so that it wasn't super close.
Is Mahomes still
Yeah.
potentially can be A, B, and C, and
Yeah,
eventually
just-
can.
This Super Bowl, if he wins this one, it will be extremely, extremely impressive.
That's why it doesn't move the needle for me. It maybe separates him from the others, but doesn't put him, not yet, in my opinion, to like where we're like starting to have the conversation. We're starting to have the
I
conversation.
was going to say we'll start to have it then.
We're
If he
starting
wins
it
one.
because I think he'll be ahead of Brady at this point in his career.
like pace wise.
yeah,
Yeah, he definitely will be.
yeah.
This will be 3, right?
Chris is not starting it. I'm not starting the conversation
Yeah.
yet. If he wins the third one, then we can start having that conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm not right now. I'm not.
Yeah.
This Super Bowl, to me, to answer your question, legacy, it doesn't have an impact
Okay.
yet.
Yeah.
There's only one other person I could put up as the GOAT, and that's Josh McCardle.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Well done. Well done.
Nice.
Is that good? Was that
Yeah,
good?
that's
so
great.
good.
That was better than good. That was great. Yes.
That's so good.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank God. You know what
No,
else is
no.
so good? Josh's haircut.
I was going to say, finish it.
Please finish it. It was so good. Just take it to the next step.
Joey, talk to me
like
about
Josh would
Josh.
do. Going to see him Tuesday. Next
Really?
Tuesday. Yeah.
But your hair looks fresh already.
Yeah. It'll be first
You
game.
just
Of
want
the,
to go see him again, don't you?
yeah. First game of the year. I figured I needed an excuse,
Ooh, yeah.
so got to get cleaned up. I let him keep it a
Get
little
the
longer.
stripes. Get the stripes.
No,
Tiger
I
stripes.
let. I'm not getting the tiger stripes. Absolutely not.
Can
I'll-
you take Benton with you?
he's going Friday
Thank God. He's got
before
a
the purple and
long
gold
time.
game. He's got it. Yeah.
Nice.
I love
Yeah.
you, Ben.
Yes, we love you, Benton.
Anyways, yeah, whole family's going. Bryce is going tomorrow.
Oh, let's
So-
go.
Yeah, whole family's going in a 4-day stretch. Here.
Let's go.
I don't know if Lindsay's going or not, but anyways, listen, go see for real. I love Josh because he's a great human being. He's a great barber. He's a greater human being. Whole family's a great. I mean, it's just a great family. It's a great environment. I've said this for weeks now. But the fridge is always stocked. The popcorn machine's going to be on. You're going to get some fresh popcorn. It's going to be good popcorn. Like the experience is unlike any other. It's just better. Pretty easy to explain. You can't explain it anymore. It's just better. It's a better experience. So go see him. Give him a text 386-247-1430. I actually told one of my players was in the locker room today, and he's like, "Man, my barber quit. I don't know where to go." And I was like, "Bro, get out your phone. Text this number 386-247-1430." And he's like, "Who am I texting?" And I was like, "My barber." And he's like, "All right, we'll see."
Even if you
He never
don't-
did it at the time, but
Even if you're not going to set up an appointment, go ahead and text him and tell him thank you for supporting the front porch. We appreciate you, Josh.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that.
You're a brilliant man. So
What's the
text
number? One more time.
386-247-1430. Text Josh. Tell him thanks for being a very supportive front porch sitting member.
That's right. All right. Moving past the Super Bowl. National Signing Day.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
First of all-
Everyone's so excited.
Is this even National Signing Day anymore?
No.
Yes, it is. It's not early signing day. It's National Signing Day. Before we get too deep in this, I do have to give a quick shout out
That's what I was just about to do before we got too deep in this
Yeah.
too. But go ahead.
to Kurt. Shout out to Kurt. He's
Ooh.
a big Cavs fan. I was there. I went there earlier today. I watched like the first half of the Cavs game. Over there with
at
Kurt and Mr. Hosford.
Oh.
They're watching right now,
Cool.
tuned
Thanks
in.
for the invite, guys. It's really cool of you.
Well, you're coaching baseball, man.
I did leave late. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
So-
that ain't the point.
Anyways, did you have dollars on the Cavs?
I would have.
Well, we know. I did, and they did cover the live number of 7.5. So we go big time on the Cavs. But Kurt's a huge Cavs fan. Shout out to Kurt, Mr. Hosford, hanging out on the back porch, bonfire, good time. Kurt does like the old school stat line, like keeps a book.
Oh, yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah,
It's
he showed.
awesome.
I haven't actually seen him do it. He showed me how he does it.
It's awesome.
It's fantastic.
If you were to like potentially have wagers on the game,
Yeah.
he'll keep track of like how many rebounds you need, points you need, and then like we love check marks. Hey, so and so, check them off. It's a good time. Shout out Kurt, great guy. Sorry to get invited. That wasn't intentional. It just happened that way. Who is your shout out, Joey?
I'm so mad right
Or
now. I don't
Tyler,
know.
you give us your shout out since Joey's sputtering over there.
Yeah, I will. I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this. I had to deal with a text
All
message.
right, go
You don't
away.
have to.
Shout out the Columbia High Tigers that signed today.
Oh,
Freaking
yes.
awesome, man.
Good
job.
job. Good
Yeah.
job.
That's
Well done.
Good stuff right there, man.
circle that back.
I love seeing local kids succeed. And I don't listen, what they do at the next level, I don't care. The
Yes.
fact that they're going to the next level to further their education, to further their football career, like no matter where you go and what you do, if you take that next step, you're part of an elite, like you're part of an elite company. No matter what, no
Fact.
matter where, I don't care where you go. Doesn't matter. You're part of an elite company that not many people get to say they entered that company with.
Yep.
So, congratulations to all the Tigers of Columbia High School, especially, but even the other local kids around here, man. There's a lot of kids around here that get overlooked because it's a small area. A lot of small schools in this area, and yeah, I'm super pumped about the kids that got to go to further their playing career. It's an awesome feeling, man.
Yeah, no, me too. Obviously, so Columbia High School had 7.
Yeah.
2 had early sign-in. days, and then there was 5 that committed today. I think like it's like one of my favorite days because I know the long hours that the kids put in and the standard that they're held to and all the extra practices and all the hours that go into it. You do too, obviously, as a baseball coach, but also as a parent to a football player.
Yeah.
But like the parents and the families that helped raise these kids and did the extra work and worked the extra shifts and did all of the extra so their kid could have more. It's like the day that it all comes to like a culmination. We always tell the kids all the time, like if you want something different, you have to do something different. Today is the day that shows up. So because there's kids in the audience that may not do the same things as some of those kids that signed, and that today is the day where they're different and they're separated. So big shout out to those young men. They're hard workers, and I'm proud of them too. It's hard to be recruited right now with the portal, and so kids grow up with dreams of going to Florida State, all the in-state schools, Miami, wherever else, Georgia. And those schools don't always come knocking. And sometimes you got to eat a little bit of humble pie and realize that that's not in my cards right this moment. But I got an opportunity to get a college degree, go play football at a little lesser level than maybe I thought I was going to sign when I was a freshman. But they still like humble themselves and they understand the opportunity in front of them. They attack it, they're going to get it, and then let the cards fall where they may.
That's exactly right. Yesterday morning, I had a coach text me about one of our players, and a guy that I don't really know all that well. I met him through high school baseball, and now he's a college coach, and asked me about a guy. He's like, how's his recruitment going? And I told him, I said, man, he's got offers from JU, FGCU, University of New Orleans, a couple other schools like him a lot, just haven't pulled the trigger yet. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, so he's probably a D1 guy, huh? And I was like, yeah, I mean, in theory, yes. And so we start talking just back and forth. We talked for like maybe 3 or 4 hours. He's a really cool guy. I like him a lot. But he started talking about that. He's like, man, for us, because he's at one of the better JUCOs in the state of Florida right now, actually ranked number 3 in the nation as we speak. Okay. He's like, for us, it's the easiest we've ever recruited, because all we have to do is like, you're not going to be a priority there anymore at those high D1 schools. Like,
which is garbage.
It is garbage, but he's like, it's just not the way it works, and it sucks because those kids always go to those big D1s, and then a year later, he said they got like 7 D1 guys this year. It's Clemson, NC State, one from Florida State. Like it's 7 major Power 5 D1 guys on their JUCO roster this year, right now. And he's like, and it sucks for them because they went there expecting one thing, and it's like, it's not the way it is anymore. And he's like, I hate it, but it's the reality of the life. Like, we don't live in the world where the best athletes in high school go to the best colleges anymore. Like, that's just not the way it works. And it sucks and it's sad, but it's the reality of life.
Yeah, my dad has a comment right there, and we'll go into Florida and Florida State signing day after it. But he says, shout out to all the players, whether they go to the next level. Thanks for giving your time to be a part of the program. And it's a fact. So like, and it's like a harsh reality though. Like, just because you work hard and bust your butt doesn't guarantee that you get to opportunity to go play at the next level.
It doesn't.
What it does guarantee is a opportunity to put yourself in this. Because if you don't work hard, then we're not even having a conversation. But it's also skills, commitment, being on time, working hard. If you take those into, like, as an adult, day-to-day life, whether it's a father or a husband or a parent or just a worker in a cog in a machine at a company, like, if you take those skills into life, you can still be successful.
Yeah.
It's like, just because you work hard doesn't guarantee like that opportunity is going to come.
100%. That is very true.
But we are still very appreciative of their time and their effort and their energy. So, all right, let's get to Florida. Did they do – because your question is this signing day anymore? Because most places have their rosters and class wrapped up in December, early signing day.
Yeah.
Did Florida do anything today? No, I mean, Florida State did not either.
Yeah,
So, I mean, that's why I'm not like a gotcha moment, like a trick question. You guys announced some preferred walk-ons. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Florida State too. That's what they do at this time of the year.
Yep.
At this point, that's what happens.
Yep. Truly, like, nothing that moves the needle in any way.
No, there was no major signees. There's no decommitments because that's already all done.
Right.
Do you want to get into like Where do you want to go from here? Because we can go to like
Truly, the only reason I
roster.
even put this in the show notes is so I could shout out the Columbia High guys, the 7, but the five that signed today.
Yeah, there was 5.
Just because
I'm trying to think.
I know a few of those guys myself, like personally, and they're good kids, man.
All
Super proud of them.
today was all 5 defensive players.
All 5 defensive players, yeah.
Yeah, we were senior heavy.
I was about to say only. I mean, not only, but yeah. There's you don't.
There was
have
only
very
one.
many-
There was only one senior on offense.
Right. Yeah. And he already signed
Mm-hmm.
a couple of weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
So D1 guy,
Yeah, Florida State.
Power 5.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, his little brother, baseball player. Big fan of that kid. I like Cade, man.
Yeah, me too. He
Cade's
works
a good
hard.
kid. Yeah, he does. But
Florida football. You want to talk about Florida football?
no.
You don't want to? I want to talk about the staff a little bit because you told me y'all were going to hire an OC,
I thought
and
we
I
were.
stood on this table and like said they're not going. He's not going to freaking hire an OC. He's not going to do it. Not going to do it.
My sources told me a fib.
No, I mean I believe that you were told that.
I was.
So-
he was right. He was like 5 of 6. He's only like 6 things that day, and 5 of them ended up coming true. I mean, he told me then that strength and conditioning was going to have a change of fate, like all these other things, and I was like, man, that's crazy. And then it all happened except for Willie Corn. Willie Corn didn't happen.
It did not happen.
I wanted Brennan Marion more than Willie Corn anyway, so I'm okay with it. But
as did everyone.
yeah,
So you mean to tell me, Tyler, that an offensive coordinator who's on the rise didn't want to come to Florida for a title? Because he was not going to call plays. I do not care what anyone says.
no, he definitely wasn't. I don't know that they even offered him that. I don't know that they offered anyone that.
I don't think they did. Why would they? Because like Billy wants to call offensive plays. That's what he does. If I'm going down with the ship, we're going down how I want to go down.
Sadly, you're right.
I'm not saying that's
And
what happened. I'm
no,
just
no.
saying like
No,
it's
I-
hard to hire a coach with the current circumstance,
Right.
And the land of like lay of the land.
And I do think that the O'Hara guy is going to have more say in what happens. I think
That's
he
the
had
quarterback
more,
guy.
Yeah, I think he had more say in what happened at the end of last year.
Maybe the offense wasn't the issue
I mean,
all the time.
yeah, it was really never the issue. It was because even as bad as it was at times, like they still had production. There was still production there. The issue is Billy sucks at everything else. Like that's the issue. Like if you're gonna call plays and be the game manager, you better be really freaking good at one of them.
Yeah.
And right now he's just okay at calling plays he's
I agree.
okay at calling plays and he's really bad at the game management part. So we got to have some sort of combination to help out with that. And as of this moment, that combination has not happened. So
Keeping both O-line coaches still, right?
yep,
I'm not trying to pile on, but
No, you're definitely piling
no,
on.
I'm just trying a little bit to pile on. I'll be done in a minute.
In a minute, he says.
No, because we have to go to the other side of the ball.
Thank you, Christopher.
Yeah, all the guys that had contracts that were expiring are expected to have their contracts renewed. So
Extended,
yes,
yes.
two O-line coaches,
I think some of that placed, and then I'm
Billy
like,
Gonzalez.
yeah, not gonna beat my chest here, but like, I think some of that plays to not being able to go get who you may necessarily like want. It's hard to hire a coach with like when he's sitting across the table looking at you like, I probably have more leverage than you, Billy. I don't have to leave my situation. I'm obviously you're calling me because I'm doing a good job and at a place that's probably doing well. Why would I leave this place to go over here? Even if it's money, because they're going to have plenty of money to throw around. How long are you going to be there, Billy? Like, what's your guarantee?
Yeah.
And I don't know the answer to that question. But
No, but
based
for-
off of them not being able to hire
Not long.
anyone, it's probably not guaranteed.
No, but for a guy like Willie Corn or Brennan Marion, like,
Brendan Marion's a hot name. He did not have to make a move.
I mean, but he didn't. He's not going anywhere.
I know. I'm saying he didn't. I'm saying he didn't have to go anywhere.
He's
Like
chilling at UNLV.
correct until the right job comes available, then he will bounce. I don't think Florida's the right job for that guy.
It may not
His is
It-
like doing like this.
be. Right. It may not be, but imagine them going to hire him having a role in the offense, and the offense performing. Now his stock went from doing this to skyrocketing this way. Like that.
It depends on the. It does until the head coach isn't there anymore, and then it's
Or
here
if-
and it's back down.
Or if you're told.
Because if the defense is still giving up 40 a game,
Right.
won't matter.
Right. I agree with that. However, it's really easy to say, yeah, you know who I was working for. Let's give me another job at a big Power 5 school. And they're going to.
Yeah, I hear you. That's like, I don't know how to say this because I don't mean it disrespectfully, but that's very Gator focused of you to say
that's
that.
sure. I don't care who it is, though.
Of course, but no, but I mean, it does matter. Like, if you don't have to make that move, you don't. I wouldn't make that move.
Yeah, but why would you make $220,000 a year when you could go make 1.2 a year?
Because if I'm not calling the plays and it doesn't look like my offense looks, because his looks astronomically different than what Billy's.
$1 million more a year.
Yeah,
But $1 million more for 1 year, or I can just hang on. I can wait that 1 year and then I can go make $1 million more for 4 years because I'll have longevity at that spot.
I'm with Christopher on this one.
I agree with what you're saying. $1 million versus 200,000. Yeah, obviously $1 million is much more. That's easy math. But like, is that $1 million guaranteed for like the next 3 years?
I don't know. What I know for sure is it's guaranteed for one, and I'll take one rather than not knowing for sure the following year.
Not me.
That's just me.
Not me. If I'm going to bet on me, then I'm going to bet on me for the next contract. That's why those guys do that.
Like I said, I'm getting my money, especially if I can get my money and still there's no negative. I don't lose value anywhere I go, no matter what. Especially at Florida, I don't lose value at Florida because, and not just Florida, anywhere that may have a coaching change, because there's a reason that coaching change is happening. I don't lose my value. My value decreases zero no matter what happens.
I don't agree with that.
And that's fine. You don't have to. I'm just telling you, it would never ever decrease. If everybody
How would it not decrease?
If everybody on planet Earth knows that Billy Napier is calling plays and
Right.
he sucks,
Yeah,
then
course.
everybody knows that I didn't have anything to do with that.
Right.
How does my value decrease in that scenario? It doesn't.
Yeah,
you came into
because
a
you're
Power 5
dumb.
program,
You're
you
the
didn't make
dumbass.
change.
You're the dumbass that left a situation that was decent to go to that situation.
Brother, UNLV's not a decent situation.
Okay, Florida's isn't decent right now either.
So I'm in a not decent situation at a crap school, or I'm in a decent situation at a Power 5, or
You don't think-
not decent situation at a Power 5 school.
You don't think that guy's had job offers?
I'm not 100% sure.
I would almost, and I don't know the skeletons in his closet if he has any. I don't know any of that stuff.
I mean, he seems like a nice guy. Good
Based
guy.
off of his football, what he does on the field, I would almost guarantee he's had opportunities to leave UNLV for more money somewhere else.
Maybe he's smarter than most.
Maybe he might be waiting on the right one. Same thing with Alex Atkins, except they pay him a lot more than $220,000.
I mean, it's subjective. Am I thinking 1 year ahead in the future, or am I thinking 5-6 years in the future?
Me personally, I'm trying to look at a 5-6 year plan. Plus, if I'm a guy that I believe in me, and I'm that just be like, if I'm a play caller, I want to call plays. So like, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not a black mark on me because I didn't touch it. Well, then why are you going? Like, why would you go? I mean, and if it's just the money, then it's just the money, and that's okay. Like, I don't think all of them guys are wired quite like that.
And they're not, and they shouldn't be. But if things do go well, who gets the credit in that scenario? We all know who's going to get the credit. The new guy that came in on board late.
Maybe if it looks like his offense.
I don't know.
If I'm Billy, and you think I'm giving him credit? No, I'm saving my job and be like, yeah, we work well together.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But perception on the outside is
I don't know.
this guy came in and did wonders at Florida.
Well, maybe like, hey, Billy brought in a guy that's coordinating it a little bit, but he's still the one
What
calling
do you
plays.
think the
Everyone knows
odds
that.
are of the offense being better next year than this year?
Yeah, because it was pretty good this year.
I mean, and you lose Pearsall, you lose ETN. I'm like, I'm not sure that we're going to be better next
I don't
year
think
on
the
offense.
offensive line is any better this year.
No.
Maybe
like-
it is. Maybe it is. I don't know what they brought in. You know, Joe, you know better than me, but maybe it's better.
I've said this from the beginning. Is Damian George on the field? Damian George is on the field, then no. The offensive line literally cannot be better. If he's off the field, then yes, they are going to be better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Addition by subtraction.
All right. We want to move on?
Yep. Well, we'll go on.
Thank you for not throwing
Yeah,
more dirt on
I'm
it.
done. I'm not going to.
You don't want to.
Save
Let's
it for next
say
week.
it. No,
Save
just
it
go
for
ahead and
next
say it
week.
now.
The defensive coordinator position. That's where the issues lie, right? We get rid of Corey Raymond, who's by all accounts pretty good
He swung and missed on the trail at LSU this year. Again,
this year.
right just now.
Yeah, he just.
I
got
mean, I
there.
know he just got there.
just got there.
I
I
get
can't hold.
it.
It's a 1 month recruitment at this point.
I get it. Corey Raymond. 4 years ago, we're talking about him landing that guy. Correct?
In 1 month, I don't know. In 1 month, I don't know.
Yeah.
1 month is nuts, especially in like today's like NIL era. You don't know. Well, I don't know the inner workings.
True.
I have no
True.
idea.
Hey, you're right about
Which may devalue him because how valuable are you if it's just transactionally based and not relationship based? Like,
that. The only one that can do both is Kirby.
can do both. But anyways, Austin Armstrong has someone that's been hired to coach him.
He's the executive head coach of the defense.
Yes, he's the
Is that a
executive.
real title?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, what are we doing, man?
It's weird. And if I was Austin Armstrong, I'd be like, hey, man, I know I suck, but can you just, like, fire me then? Like, bro, fire me. Fire me and hire him. And please don't say in the media, well, he's there to coach the coach. Bro, what?
That's not. He didn't say it like that.
How did it read?
It read like he's there to coach the coaches.
It
The-
literally
like
said-
the positional coaches
In
on what Armstrong wants to do. That's
In quotes, it said he's here to coach the coaches.
I've never heard of this position.
It's,
Ever.
it's not a thing.
he has the ability to coach the coaches, is what it said.
Okay.
Oh my.
He's not
Can
here
you
to
can you
coach the
imagine
coaches.
if you're the defensive coordinator and there's somebody right here like a parrot? It's like, nah, wouldn't do that. It's a bad call. Don't do that right now. It's a bad call. Don't do
Okay,
it.
circle.
Yeah.
Dude, why can't my football team be good?
I just think it's I don't.
We have our
I don't-
own Ask Madden. What are we talking about?
This is true. This is true.
It's the greatest day of all time.
Maybe he gives Austin Armstrong 4 plays he could pick from.
Bingo. I'm so excited about this. Now, I was very disappointed for a minute. Super happy about it now. Thank you for bringing this back.
There are
Ask
certain
Corso.
situations where that type of stuff can work. It's not in college football.
At the University of Florida,
Ask Corso.
that's not a real thing.
Dude,
3 plays pop up.
what are we doing?
Austin Armstrong's up there playing PlayStation.
Can't be wrong. And if he is like, that's not my fault. 4th and 17. These are the 3 options he gave me. This is not my fault.
Imagine coordinating the 4th and 31 defense.
And then getting to be the executive head coach of the defense, because he was at Auburn. Yeah.
That's the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
So between the two of them, it's not as bad as it seems. It does seem kind of bad though. Between the
Dude.
two of them, they've 4th and 48.
I'm excited. I don't care what you guys say.
Dude,
Go football.
that is the most bizarre thing.
I can't tell you how excited I am.
Imagine-
for Tiger football next year. Columbia Tiger
Yes.
football.
No,
Go
no,
football.
please don't do that.
Go football.
It almost sounds like you're like
I have a
Joy's,
son.
Joy's coming at me a little
No,
bit
no.
right now.
I have a son that I truly am. Like, I can't tell you how excited I am to watch him play next year.
What I want to say here's if I was Austin Armstrong, and then we'll be off Florida, and we can get to Florida State because we got beat by 60 to Georgia. There you go, equalizer. I'd be
Felt
like,
like more.
I'd be like, hey Billy, so you won't hire an offensive coordinator, but you will
I was just
hire
thinking that.
a coach to coach me.
The executive head coach. of the
Executive.
I
defense.
can't wait till they hire an executive to the executive head coach, and we just keep this thing rolling up the chain.
Call him Dwight Schrute.
Yeah,
I don't think there's going to be any more. It's either win now or don't win at all.
Correct.
and it's a bad year, bad schedule for a win now
It
situation.
really is not fair.
10-2. Let's go.
That's why I think he gets 2 years no matter what.
You're drunk. 10-2. Let's go.
They don't. They will not fire him. I don't think. I'll say it right now. They're not going to fire him.
Brother.
I'll say it right now.
Kurt, I give you a shout out and then you agree with Joey. Come on, man. Take it back.
I don't know. Does Lagway play a lot?
I was going to ask you that.
Yes. It's the whole thing. That's it.
Has to be at the back half.
That's his golden
like the
ticket.
month of November where it gets real hard, like real ugly. I think
CP, what's up, my guy?
I think they have to play Lagway. Like that's where you get like the extra time. Like that's where you hope to buy time in the month of November,
Yeah.
late October. Run Lagway out there, get him ready for 6-7 weeks, whatever spot play him here and there. Drive here, drive there, possession here, possession there, and then you say, "All right, boys, we're probably on the way out here. This is the last one in the chamber. We're gonna shoot it right now," and it may work like very well.
It could.
Because Graham Mertz didn't play bad.
Let's.
At all.
I'll say this.
It really played a lot better than most thought.
I agree.
If,
I'm one of the most.
Count me in most.
Yeah, I think he'd do that.
if Florida beats Florida State next year, he has his job the next year.
10-2. I don't care.
Dude, 10-2.
I don't see
Just
10
try
and
having a
2.
rational opinion one time on this podcast, just
I
to
do all the
see what
time.
it's like.
All the time I do.
Just to see
Hey,
what,
what
it's
is
like.
this stuff?
That's for our guests.
Uh-oh.
Hey, speaking of guests, sitters, let's pretend that we may have some like high school baseball coaches in the area. Do we want to see those guys come on and preview their seasons, like just area high school? And then flip side of that, in end of summer, do we want to see high school football coaches come on and preview their seasons as well? Put that in the chat for me.
Or
Yes or no.
an alternate would be, or we interview them as they preview their season.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
way we're not having like a full-on conversation about Santa Fe baseball for 35 minutes.
Right.
Or Swanee baseball or whatever, Union
Yeah.
County baseball.
Yeah.
We can talk about the season for a little bit, but then we'll interview them and like how they got where they are.
Right. Yeah. It would be, yeah,
Like-
lot. It would be not like
Kind of like some of the other interviews we've had.
not like a whole episode of
Just a preview.
just a preview. Like, yeah, it'd be like a 5 to 10 minute preview quickly. Of
well, that's
Pop in, pop out.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's astounding. That's you know.
yeah. So far, a lot of yeses. Hey, shout out to the TOI crew. I don't see Bev in the chat, but it's okay. It was her idea, to be totally honest.
Really?
Yeah, really
No,
was.
Bev.
ZP says 49ers for the win.
I'm with him. Do you want to go bag on Florida State a little bit?
I was gonna say, speaking of for the win, I think we should talk about Brian Sports.
Even better. So good. You're like you're a pro, man.
Remember at the beginning of the show, Chris was like, "Imagine you're the producer." You remember that? We weren't live when that happened. were
No, we
we?
I was
weren't.
gonna
But you
say
just
I don't.
snitched on
I don't remember that.
yourself,
So
I just snitched on
neither
myself.
does the beginning of the podcast
I've had a
because they
rough
didn't
day.
get any of
I've
that.
had a rough day. Listen, when I'm having a rough
anytime
day,
you want to.
I should have reached out to Brian. In fact, I'm gonna reach out to Brian right now.
Well, it's
I'm
too
telling
late.
him what's
It's 9:51 at night.
You calling that man old? He can't stay out.
He's almost 50.
He's about to put us in the chat right now.
He's almost 50.
He's the same.
You're almost
okay,
50.
Tyler. You can take.
And you're still a very young, almost 50.
Oh my god.
50 is young, man.
50's the new 35 or so.
Yes. Concur.
Yeah, for real.
Did you get that shirt from Brian?
I did get the shirt from Brian Sports Team. Well, I didn't. You know, the Columbia High Baseball Dugout Club got
Good looking shirt.
this shirt
Is that
from
with the
Brian.
new printer?
This is with the new printer.
Dog, I'm telling you, Brian can do so much more now than he ever could. Like, we were hype about Brian before he got the new machine. Now he can do even more.
Yeah.
It's an even better experience.
Yeah. No, Brian. I'm telling you. Listen, this shirt right here. This
We
way,
see it. Yeah, you're good. You're
Yeah.
good. It looks good.
feels good. It's a comfortable shirt.
Man, I wish I had one.
120 wash safe for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stat bomb.
Stat bomb.
Did you know you were getting that tonight?
120 washes. This thing's not fading.
My God.
Dang.
Yeah. After that, it may fade a little. I'm not sure, but before that, it ain't fading.
I love it. It's a
That's
nice
a front
shirt.
porch guarantee.
It's a front porch
Front
guarantee.
porch guarantee.
If
FPG,
someone
baby.
wanted
yeah.
that shirt, they might not be able to get that. It might be exclusive. But if they wanted a shirt that is good for 120 washes,
Yeah.
who would they contact?
Well, they would definitely call Brian. And either Brian or his wife Amy or his daughter Bryce is going to answer the phone.
A family, you say?
A family-owned business.
It's
Local
it's
that
almost like we
supports
love
local.
those.
Yes, we the family business. Imagine that.
We love family
Imagine
businesses.
3 of them.
But
as
Joey,
sponsors.
what if you wanted to just go and talk to a really great human being? Then who would you call?
Brian Dix as well.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
for one.
2 for 1.
Imagine that.
755-0570 is the number to Brian Sports. Mention Front Porch Sitting, get 10% off.
Excluding baseball bats.
Excluding baseball bats.
Yes.
You don't get 10% off of those because they're already marked down to as cheap as they can go.
Correct.
All right. Florida State.
Florida State.
Florida State.
Stockstill. My dad just nailed it. They hired an analyst who was the head coach at Middle Tennessee State University. I love the hire. He was there. He was an ex-player.
18 year.
18 years. He was there
Right?
for a really long time.
Isn't that right? 18 years?
Yes, 18 years. They're the ones that just went down
One
to
of your
Miami.
kids, she got you for 18 years.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that's all I can think of. When someone says 18 years like a couple times in a row, that's all I can think of is Kanye.
Okay. Anyways, he's a great offensive coach. So he's on as an analyst. I absolutely love the hire.
It's a great hire.
It's an analyst. Like, it's a guy that just beat Miami by like 40 at home at Miami with Middle Tennessee State University. Love that for us. I'm
Shots fired.
fired up about it, man. I'll be honest.
It should be.
I don't know how much of a role he'll have. I just think it's extra set of like veteran eyes.
I was just going to say, I think it's more for him. It was time for him to step away.
Mm-hmm.
18 years at Middle Tennessee. It's like, okay, the game's a lot different than it was several years ago.
Yeah, our Florida State boys. Give me like, I know you can't give us a ton, Cameron, but give us a little bit more. Like he said, he's the coolest guy, which I've also heard that he's like a super down to earth like vet, who obviously understands football, but like
Right.
the offensive side of football.
Yeah.
We were fortunate to know a couple people. I think my dad knows them personally as well. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, they were in Tallahassee the first time together, I believe. My dad went to Florida State.
Yeah. I think, it can't be bad. There's literally nothing that can be negative about it.
So
I want it to be because you killed me tonight. But
I'm sorry. Next week we're going to talk about the realignment, like the SEC and the Big Ten have created like a organization. Not really.
it's almost like
Is
we
it a panel?
said this 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
They've created like a panel, right?
Yeah.
Like a consultant or something.
Basically, and they're going
They
to
don't
create
do
their own
anything.
organization.
They don't do anything. There's no reason that they would ever create this. It's basically to keep the NCAA in line or replace the NCAA.
Pretty simple.
Because it only happened once they went after who? Tennessee. It's a pretty big
Pretty-
brand in the SEC. And
Pretty
then also
simple.
Big Ten,
Michigan.
Michigan. So you start going after our big brands, we're going to have to put you in place. So it's happening. Like we said.
Well,
a
I was going
long
to say
time ago.
I'm not here to toot my own horn, but toot because we called this literally 3 years ago when all this started. Originally, like people started talking about these little things. We said there's going to be 2 super conferences.
Yep.
They'll form their own league.
First guessed it.
First guessed it. It's not that hard to figure out. Wasn't that hard to figure out. We weren't the only ones. There was
So
plenty of other people.
that's not
but
bad. Like Florida State's not in that right now.
No, they're not. They're chilling.
Right now.
They're
Stay
chilling.
tuned. Sooner than later, actually.
Going to Big 12.
I think they're going to the Big Ten.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. We'll see. I think they're going to get out of that lawsuit is what I do think. Yeah. This is not looking good for ESPN has now lawyered up. If that tells you anything. It wasn't going well for the ACC. The ACC did not handle that very well, and so now the ESPN's having to lawyer up a little bit. So there's some the discovery part of the lawsuit. I don't think it's going very well in the on the ACC's behalf. Yeah, some stuff is coming to light, and ESPN now feels as if it needs to lawyer up. So we'll see. We shall see, right?
We shall see.
That's all I have for Florida State. They didn't sign anybody today. Nothing's really happened.
Just a
I
good
think it's really smart. Here's one thing to think about. Tyler, you're an intelligent person, and so are all of our sitters. Joey, you too.
No pressure.
But Tyler's on this side of the table.
There's no reason to lie.
It's okay.
Tyler's intelligent. They're
I'm
intelligent.
I'm here to tell a little bit of fib here and there.
Thank you.
Did you notice that everyone else has sued the NCAA? Like
Yes.
for the allegations. Like the
Yes.
investigations are going on about their Florida State is the very first one that got announced. It will not be the last. They also took the punishment, and there is no long-standing investigation going on them. They're free and clear. They have their punishment. It's decided. There's no gray area. It's black and white. I'm going to just say the reason that is so that if they need to make a move, there is no dark cloud standing over their head. It is known what their punishment might be. There's no gray area.
Yeah.
So they knew they could have fought it. Of course they could have fought it as everyone else did because no one cares about the NCAA. It doesn't matter. They're being sued into oblivion already by everyone.
I think
Florida-
I sued him last week, actually.
Florida State is the only school that's had sanctions or whatever, or investigation that has settled, if you will. The only reason that they settled is so that they don't have this black cloud hanging over their head when it's time to make a transition.
Unknowns are killer in contract negotiations.
Exactly. So now we know. We may not like it. We may not agree. But that does not matter if
Because
we
it's
can
known.
erase a $40 million deficit that is currently the ACC.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they were first is because it was settled first.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
It'll be interesting to see.
Kirk Herbstreit posted that college football's dying. I know you're not his biggest fan, but I think you would have agreed with his take that the college football landscape is just is abysmal right now.
Who guessed that first?
Front porch sitting.
We had it, right?
We did.
Front porch sitting. I remember when I was I even on the show at this point?
I don't
I
think
wasn't.
you were. You
I
were
wasn't.
not.
I wasn't. Dang. That was a long time ago. All right, moving on.
Did y'all see that Dartmouth athletes are now employees of the school? That will open up so many doors for other athletes to become employees. I did not see that.
Slippery slope. Yep. That's
It's so different there, like in the Ivy League too. I don't know.
It's tough because the level of revenue that they have and the revenue that happens at Georgia, Ohio State, or Alabama, or Florida
Right.
State, it's totally different scale. So, is it scaled? You're right, Cameron. Cameron's right. That opens up a whole. But it's like we said, when you have this tube of toothpaste, when you get it from the store, the very first time, it's perfect.
Right.
And then people start squeezing it. They don't know how to use the freaking toothpaste right. My wife, she squeezes it in the middle.
Jeez Louise, who's all this?
Really, no
No, she
reason. to
does.
call-
No, she does.
I understand.
From the middle.
I understand.
Title
Oh,
of the
squeeze
show. Kelsey doesn't know how to use.
Oh, she uses it. She brushes the heck out of her teeth morning and night, and sometimes at lunch. But we don't squeeze from the middle. We don't squeeze toothpaste from the middle.
No, we don't.
From the bottom.
From the bottom.
This isn't hard.
Right. Also, if you get toothpaste out of there, can you put toothpaste back
That's
in?
the whole more. Thank you for getting me back on track.
You're welcome.
You can't get the toothpaste back in. Once it's out, it's out.
Yeah.
And now you're left with a mess.
Every time.
So good luck. Good luck. Y'all make a ton of money. What's going to happen is no one will care about the NCAA anymore. It won't exist. It won't matter. We'll have no governing because the NCAA needs the universities far more than the universities need the NCAA.
It just took a long time for them to figure that out. It was just easier, I think. It's easier.
I think so. I think that's
But-
what this like whole little coalition is for the SEC
Yeah.
and the Big Ten.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think they literally created it so they can be like, hey, look, you're going to be the punching bag. You're still going to make all this money, but you're going to do it like this way. And I'm sliding something across the table. This is how you're going to do it.
If you're a podcaster,
Yeah.
first of all,
You don't get to see this.
yeah, you don't get to see this. And second of all, you should see this. So
Yeah. But like they're
get
going
on
to say,
the YouTube.
hey, this is how that situation is going to be handled from here on out.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't go bad, you're going to take the punches.
Mm-hmm.
Like people are going to say the NCAA is the dumbest, but that's what the money's for. Or you can continue to be an idiot and do all these investigations over things that are stupid, like getting in a car from the facility to a hotel where the NIL thing is going to actually happen. That's all that happened. That's why Florida State got suspended. That's
Right.
what it was. If you want to enforce those type of rules, then you won't exist anymore.
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
You pick NCAA.
Exactly.
So that's what's going on.
All right, last topic of the night, a fun topic. I like a fun topic. The best. I'm gonna go layers because we got a lot of baseball guys in the chat.
Ooh.
So I want to. So the big three: baseball, football, basketball. I want to know the best high school players that you've seen play.
I can't do basketball. I haven't watched enough high school basketball.
Same.
I'll be
Okay,
honest.
forget everywhere. Just at your high school, Columbia
Kenny.
High School.
Kenny Williams.
I knew that would be where you went.
Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny.
For me, it's Merle Cray.
I didn't get to watch him play. I have his kid in one of my classes though.
Really?
Yep. Markel Cray. Good athlete, really good kid.
Yeah, Merle was like that. Trey. I'm interested to see who Trey says in this. He'll say probably Vince Carter for who he's seen in high school, but I want to know who the best Trey Hosford has ever seen at Columbia High School.
Ooh, we'll put him on the spot.
Is
He
he
better.
into
He,
that? I don't know if he'll answer that.
I don't either.
He'll say somebody he played with,
Oh, smart.
guaranteed.
All right.
And he's right.
So baseball. I'm gonna go baseball first because I feel like it's
Pretty simple.
Mike Kirkman.
Yeah, it has to be Mike Kirkman.
For me, it's Mike Kirkman.
Okay, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I'm out. Mike Kirkman.
It is Mike. After Mike.
Literally pitched in the World Series.
Caleb Cowart. Yeah, well, Austin just said.
Oh, Caleb Cowart was good. God, he was good.
Shortstop of Cook, right?
Third baseman.
I'll take Austin
I played
Lawrence.
short.
I'll take Austin Lawrence.
I love Austin.
I tell
I
tell
loved the way he
people
played.
weekly that Austin Lawrence had the best hands,
Oh,
like
dude.
hitting wise.
Oh,
Yes. He was smooth
Hands
with it.
were silly. He didn't have the same pop. Blake King was another one that had really good hands. Didn't have a lot of pop, but his hands were always on time, always there.
Austin was a switch hitter too.
Yeah, Austin was good. The best high school player besides Kirkman that I saw, baseball wise, was Addison Russell
I didn't ever see him play.
I never saw him play.
out at Pace. He put on a show pregame. Like everything he did, it was like. And as coaches, you're like, all right, I'm not gonna look. God, he's smooth. I don't want to look at that anymore. Yeah.
Wyatt Langford.
Oh
Wyatt
yeah,
Langford's
that's
a
a
good
good
one.
one. Mid-90s Joey.
The
What
only
Joey-
person that I could pick, I'm trying to think of guys that I know of that went pro. The only other guy that I know went pro that I saw in high school was Kevius Sampson.
Me too.
Out of Forest.
Yeah, Kivas was like that.
Took him off the wall.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double off the wall.
He was sort of kind of my neighbor in Oakland.
No, he was like, oh, I remember
that's
because
right.
when your brother Brandon, obviously
Yeah.
we played together.
Yeah.
So we went to Forest. They had BJ at the first baseman. It was really good. The lefty that could hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kivas was on the bump. He was
Kivas
like,
on the bump, and then the catcher was our actual neighbor.
okay.
The family that was the catcher, the Carpenters, they adopted Kivius. That's why I say
Oh.
kind of was his name.
Okay. So he was like, what, 92 to
To 94.
4?
Yeah.
92, 94, but he had the nastiest curveball. Like it was like 12-6, dropped off the table. He hung it. That's the only reason I banged it. he hung it like it spun for an hour and never moved. And I was like, okay, off the wall. But yeah, he was good. He was really good. Like if he would have threw me 3 fastballs, we would have just went. I would never saw it, but he didn't. Idiot. He spun a curveball and it just went. Never moved.
So you hit a double off the wall against the guy who pitched in the bigs.
Yeah,
No big deal.
I did
Congrats.
that.
No
did
big
that. Did that.
Marty said Christopher Martinez. Dang right.
A lot of family love in the chat
That's
tonight.
what I'm talking
Yeah,
about, man. Yeah, Terrence said Joey Edge. Yeah, that's what we're here for, man.
That's right. Love the family. Family's got good stuff going on in the chat. Marty said, "What did Joey prepare to eat tonight?"
I was
Nothing.
thinking
Most.
something was coming. Joey brought me delivered ribs and potatoes to my house.
I did
to
do
the
that.
to the freaking doorstep.
did
Sorry,
do that.
Tyler, don't look like that because you're gonna make it where I don't get it anymore. Please don't do that.
You're right.
He
you're
lives right here.
I'm happy for Chris.
Yeah, I could have
Literally-
walked it to him if I really wanted to.
Yeah, he dropped ribs and potatoes to my doorstep. As soon as I got done tucking me in, I go to the doorstep. It's sitting there. I go inside. It was still warm. It's just like grubbing down right then.
That was so good.
It was.
I'm not a huge rib guy, so it doesn't bother me that much.
Oh,
You know,
I'm more upset
I'm-
about the
Oh,
potatoes, honestly.
the potatoes.
The potatoes, I swear.
But the ribs
that's,
were like-
That's one of my favorite things I cook and eat right now is the potatoes.
You doing like in the foil?
The potatoes?
Yeah.
No, I put them in that fryer out there.
Yeah, next level.
Well, I've
dude.
seen you do potatoes on like the charcoal in like.
Oh yeah.
Wrap
No, I love
foil
that
and
too.
stuff like
That's
that.
good stuff. But
Yeah.
no,
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I
that's
was
good.
yeah. Speaking of that, no,
Kenny,
we're getting back to that,
yeah,
Kenny.
Kenny,
We're getting
you-
back to it. Hold on.
Kenny
Hold
is the one that
thought.
gave us the question.
Yes.
Here we are, not answering Kenny's question thoroughly. Freaking stupid.
We'll get to front porch food in just a second.
All right. We'll
10
come back to
of
front.
7.
Yeah, we'll come back to front
football
porch
player
food.
for me, graduated with him, class of 2011, Timmy Jernigan.
That's a good one.
Good shot. Good shot there.
That's a good one.
Who's the best you've ever seen in high school?
I don't like it. I bagged on the Gators earlier, so I'm gonna have to do it. Tim Tebow. I mean, Tim
was
Tebow.
good.
But honestly, though, like in that game, he was really good. They kicked our butt bad. He was really good. He was the best. Like he is the best. But if you would say like who was the next best, I mean, there's like a long list. I started thinking about it, and I named like 5 in like 5 seconds, and I was like, they were all really good. Desmond G, when I was a player, I remember being a sophomore, running back from Madison.
Yep.
Called him the human pinball.
He went
could
to Middle
not
Tennessee
tackle
State,
him.
I think.
He did.
Yeah.
You could not. I mean, you almost could not tackle him. He was so quick, but he was powerful. It was nuts. I guess, and then if not him,
I thought y'all saw Derrick Henry.
I didn't actually.
I never saw him live and in person.
Me either. I never saw him live. I
Except
saw.
for at McDonald's.
I saw him at a McDonald's, and he was the most massive human I've ever. Listen, when they
He
told me
also
that kid was
played
a
at
running.
Platka, like
Yeah.
Green Coast Street. Yulee.
Yeah. Listen, brother, he was the biggest. Because Jace Barber's the one that told us. He was the quarterback at Columbia at the time. He's like, hey, that kid's committed to Georgia. He's a running back. And I was like, yeah, no, he's not, kid. That's not a running back. I know running backs when I see them,
Yeah.
and they're not 6'3", 225. I said, that dude plays for the Jaguars. He was a
Imagine-
sophomore in high school at the time.
Imagine Muschamp.
I did. I swear to God, that's what I said. I said, that guy plays for the Jaguars. I said, if he
Imagine,
plays football,
like-
he plays for the Jaguars.
He wanted to go to Florida.
And they told him he was a linebacker.
Nuh-uh.
You did
Will
not know
Muschamp
this?
told him he was a linebacker.
You didn't know this?
Or a D end.
Dude, it's so painful to be a Gator.
Derrick Henry wanted to be a Gator, like in the worst way. He just wanted to play running back. Will Muschamp said, "No, you're not playing offense here. You're playing defense."
He also
He was
told
like,
Lamar Jackson he's not a quarterback. So
Yeah,
could have had Lamar and Derrick Henry at the same time. just so
probably.
we're clear. Seriously,
they would have.
Will Muschamp would still be the head coach to this day.
Tyler, that's true. Tyler is having a fit over here. It's accurate. That's the honest to God truth. And so guess what? Goes to Alabama and is a running back.
Wins a Heisman.
Yep, pretty good player.
Pretty good
Anyways.
player. Anyways, best high school football player I've ever seen really isn't that close. It's Fred Rouse from Tallahassee Lincoln. That guy was unreal good. I wish that his career would have went differently than it did.
Me too. He was seminal.
He was
He
a
went to
Seminole.
Florida State for a
He
very short period of time.
did not last very long. Went to UTEP. Got in trouble there. Didn't last very long. Went another D1 school. Didn't last very long, and never played football again. But as far as just athletically, like 6'4", 200 pounds in high school.
He would play corner.
He played corner. The most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in my
Yes.
life against Columbia High School, who was really freaking good at the time.
Yeah, I know.
That man took a knee as a corner on defense and didn't stand up until the ball was snapped. Playing press
From a
man.
knee.
Playing press man, did not get up until the ball was snapped, and then he played coverage. He ran. Listen, Torian Shepard was one of the fastest dudes I've ever seen at Columbia High School.
Yes.
Legitimately, probably ran like maybe wind at your back, some things going your way, probably or low 4.3s, but legitimately like a 4.4 flat.
Oh,
That's-
he was a 4.3 guy by all accounts. But yes.
Right. I'm saying
I know you don't want to say 4.3 on the podcast, but
Because
I will
that's-
do it for you.
because that's
4.3.
people don't understand how fast 4.3 is.
No,
It's so
because
fast.
they think 4.5 is slow.
Right.
They're stupid.
4.5 is blazing.
4.6 is
But-
fast too. Most people haven't seen someone in person run 4.6.
No, 1,000% yes. That's
But they
100% true.
but they
Yes.
think 4.6 is slow. And you think about the fastest person you've ever seen him like run in person, they probably didn't run 4.6.
Right. So this guy was like
4.3.
I said, a legitimate 4.4 though. There's no way he was slower
correct,
than 4.4.
Correct. He ran 4.4 in boots.
Probably yes.
No, for real.
Listen.
I believe. I mean, seriously.
I'll never forget it. 3rd and 21. Columbia fans going nuts. Fred Rouse lined up on the outside, or actually, I don't remember if he's lined up in the slot or the outside. I don't care. 3rd and 21. They're on the 2-yard line. He runs a skinny post, and I mean just pulls away from Torian Shepard running a 4.340. Like pulls away. When he caught that, he was a sophomore at the time. When he caught
Sophomore.
that, yeah.
Doing all of this.
When he caught it, I was like, oh, that dude ain't normal.
He took the opening kickoff to the house, right?
That was the next year. His
Oh, the
junior.
next year. I'm sorry. Yeah. All week.
I remember Reverend Isidore because we were at the fair. I was at the fair with you that year.
What year was this?
Okay, so we were parking cars.
We were parking
Okay.
cars. Both of us were parking cars.
Yep.
What year was this?
2006
6.
or 7.
5. No, not 7.
4 was whenever. Yeah, 5.
It was 5. 5 was when I was
his
a
junior
freshman.
year. 6 was his senior year.
Yeah.
So 2005, my man, like I can remember it very vividly. Reverend Isidore talked about Fred Rouse. Probably shouldn't kick the ball to him. We kicked the ball to him in the middle of the field.
All week long. We had the Russian kicker, Jordan.
Yeah.
We said, do not kick it out of bounds before you kick it to Fred Rouse. Give him the ball at the 35 or the 40.
Doesn't matter.
They'll make you re-kick again. We'll do it again. And then eventually we'll squib it. He'll never touch the ball. Do not. I'll never forget it. I was a 9th grader. I wasn't on varsity. But I remember like them saying, do not kick it to Fred Rouse. Opening kickoff.
Straight to Fred Rouse.
Down the middle of the field.
Guess what he did?
House call.
Never got touched. That I'm telling you, he was the most unreal athlete I've ever seen in my life.
You know why he got kicked out of Florida State?
I don't remember.
I do. Here's why he got kicked out of Florida State. He was a freshman. He was so good. He was already so good. But it was like first game. I don't think he got the ball like in the first 2 or 3 drives. Goes to the sideline, grabs the wide receiver coach by the throat, says, "Give me the FM ball." That was in his career. like on the sideline during a game, 80,000 in Doak. Don't care.
Was it the regular season or was it the spring game?
I believe it's regular season. But now that you say that, it might have only been the spring game, and he wasn't getting the ball enough. And no, it was a
had to be
real
regular
game.
season.
No, it was a real game. It was
Yeah.
a real game. It was a real game. The stadium was packed, and yeah, grab the receiver by coach by the throat. Is like make sure to give me the effing ball. We'll holler. Be the last time you play in Tallahassee, buddy. Yeah. But even then, he got 2 more shots after that. Even with that, that just speaks to the athlete.
How much of an athlete he was, how good of an athlete, how special of an athlete he was.
Fort White, Alexis Blake,
Yeah,
freak show. Thinking of places I coached.
D-Land.
DeLand, JoJo Kemp.
Yeah, ended up going to Kentucky, right?
Yeah, went to Kentucky. Started back there for a little while. He was so good. Roger Cray was really, really good. Zedric Woods got drafted. Laramie Tunzel, be a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, we got a bunch. Trey Marshall was an absolute freakazoid too.
That trio of receivers in 15,
Yeah, my God.
Mike Williams, Latrell Williams, and Dallin Washington.
Dallin. Yeah.
That's the most fun I've ever had watching high school football. That between the offense doing what they did with those 3 guys, because anytime they touched it, it could be a house call. Literally, I mean, anytime. And they had Kamario Bell at running back.
Yeah, he
who
was a 1,000-yard
really,
rusher.
Yeah, he was really freaking good.
State champion weightlifter.
Yeah. And then defensive side of the ball, you had Roger. You had
We were
so
so
many
loaded.
guys that could play. LaQuavius Paul went to Coastal.
Yeah, Clay. Jalen Brown went to Valdosta State.
Yeah.
Kenny Williams didn't go any, or Kenny Johnson did not go anywhere, but could have. Dealer Shepard was so good. Alfonso Battle went to college,
West Florida, I think. if I
West
remember right.
Florida.
Yeah.
Golly.
Good times, man.
Yeah.
That was fun. Fun high
Robbie
school times.
Moon and the boys. We were good. We were really, really good on
Really
defense.
good.
They
Yeah.
made us a lot better because they scored every time they touched it. So offenses were one-dimensional from the second quarter on.
Yeah.
We just got to pin
Made
our
it pretty
back.
easy, huh?
Yeah, so that's, then you can really have like somebody telling you, "Hey, pick these 4 plays," and you're good. And it would have worked. I could have picked whatever anyone. The fans could have picked the play. It wouldn't matter. They could have put a poll in the stadium. Start a third quarter. What play do you guys want to see?
We want to see engage 8
It would have worked.
every time.
They would have had like 0.8 seconds to throw it. I
So
mean,
fast. So fast.
it's nuts.
Terrence said we're very spoiled in Florida. We have athletes because we can play year round, which is very true.
It's true.
Like, I legitimately can call coaches and where he lives in Illinois. We've sent some guys there up to Illinois. There's actually a couple of guys that we had go on visits recently there to a couple of different schools. But we have guys that wouldn't be starters for us that could go play up there. Like, that's how deep Florida rosters are in baseball.
It's
because
true.
we can play all the time. Like, we don't have like up there they're like March to June or April to July sometimes for high school baseball seasons. It's a different world. So
Yeah. Kenny played against Desmond G as well. And then LeGarrette Blunt from Perry. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Oregon guy. Knocked the guy out from Boise State.
sure did.
Oh yeah,
Good times.
that's LeGarrette.
good times.
times.
Went with the Bucks. Was a good player for the
He's
for
from
the
the
Bucks.
Patriots too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he better at the Bucks or the Patriots?
Patriots. He won a couple.
He
of
was
Super
there
Bowls
for.
with the
Yeah,
Patriots.
that's right. That's right. You're right. You're right.
He would have nothing for like 7, 8,
Yep.
10, 11 weeks to end the season, and then playoff time. I was like, hey, let's give LeGarrette the ball, and he's like, yeah, cool. Bam.
Playoff Lenny style.
Playoff
Playoff
Lenny
Lenny
style.
style. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's
Kenny
a great
said-
question.
Yeah, Kenny said C.J. Spiller was and still is the best high school football player he's ever seen. Scary playing against that guy. He was electric. I never watched him play like live and in person.
Where did Kenny play?
Fort White, I think.
Okay.
Almost.
That would
positive.
make sense. Yeah, that makes sense. If they matched up against CJ and Perry and Madison,
Right. Yeah.
I should know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good
He.
God. Yeah, they had the Alexanders and Union County too.
Yeah.
Benny and KJ.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with CJ. All right,
Yeah. C.J.
that's
I
real
remember
deal.
watching film of C.J. and it was.
It doesn't look
special.
real. It doesn't look
No,
real.
it doesn't. Absolutely does not.
His film, it doesn't look real.
Best film you've ever seen, though?
Noel Devine.
Not even close.
It's not. It's really not. If you've never watched, like, if you're a junkie like that,
Yeah.
like
we used to be because it was fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you cared where they went because they're going to be there.
Yeah.
Like he went to West Virginia, and he stayed there
He
the whole
stayed there.
time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
He
times.
was Tavon Austin. He was better than Tavon Austin before Tavon Austin.
way better.
If you want to go watch like real high school film, go watch Noel, Noel, like Christmas time, Devine, Divine, Noel Devine from South Florida. Was it North Fort Myers? I think it's North Fort Myers.
I don't think it was. It might have been.
Can you look?
They
it up?
have. We played there. At
South
the high
Fort
school.
Myers. No, he's from a directional Fort Myers.
Well, it's either north or south. There's not an east or an west.
So good, quite literally the best.
North
Fort
Fort
Myers.
Myers.
Yeah. Look at this guy
Bingo.
go. Where was Dion from? South Fort Myers.
Who cares about Dion? Don't care. His film doesn't even hold a candle to Noel Devine.
Honestly, it probably doesn't. But
No, that he has the most electric high school film I've ever seen. AJ Green, close second.
you remember when me and you were watching film on AJ Green and Julio Jones?
Yep.
And he's like, man, this AJ Green cat, I swear he's better than Julio.
Yep.
I don't know that he was because they were both really
I don't
good.
either. His film was better,
But-
probably.
AJ's film was so much fun to watch because it was like
Every
I'm just
other
a better athlete than everybody else out here.
every other catch was one handed.
It was so insane. Like it was all 50-50 balls that he just like.
It was like stupid
Killed
though.
people.
He didn't.
It was
he didn't,
hilarious.
He just didn't. It was
It
like
was so effortless.
it was like two hands. It's like optional. Like you want me to use two hands? Okay, it's boring, but
I guess
or
I
I could just
will.
go. It was like he was playing like a Nerf ball. It was
was.
crazy. AJ Green's a good film. Go watch Noel Devine and AJ Green high school highlights.
You're welcome for the next 27 minutes
Yeah,
of your
you
life.
won't regret it. Noah Devine's is like the craziest. His is the craziest.
By far.
Yeah.
The best high school film I've ever seen. Most fun. I don't know about the best. The most fun.
Yeah, it was. It's
How did
the
he
best.
land at West Virginia?
It was little.
Yeah, he's small. I think. Nah.
And West Virginia was that.
I have no idea. They were good then. They had Geno Smith too at that time.
Yeah, it was Geno Smith time.
like they weren't like trash.
No. No, they were solid.
I also think I don't know if grades were an issue. I don't know. I really truly
Not
don't
one
know.
to speculate. I
I
don't
don't want
know.
to speculate.
Yeah.
But he could have been the best player on any roster in Florida.
Remember when we said this is going to be a 45-minute show?
Yeah. Joke's on us.
All right, sitters. That's going to be it for tonight. This has been Tyler Rolfe along with Joey Edge and Chris Martinez, and we are Front Porch Sitting. Catch you next time, sitters.
Come on, lasers, do something.
Give me these. Give me these.
What's like
Give me the
little
lasers.
thing?
Give me the laser show.
This is lame.
Did you push it?
No, I didn't. It just worked.
Sweet.
Get us out of here.
Nice.